Hello everybody and welcome to Drawing with Waffles. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be redoing a drawing I did last year, back in August actually, of Rapunzel. And then I had several people who requested me to draw Rapunzel, so I thought this would be the perfect picture to redraw for the new year. And so it's a little New Year special to show how much to let myself know how much I've improved. And it could be a little bit of an inspiration for anyone out there who thinks they're drawing like the same thing and it's not changing at all, because it is changing. Every time you draw, you're a little bit better. And I think this little let's draw today will kind of prove that. And people have been asking me like, oh, how do I become a better artist? How do I learn to draw better than I am drawing right now, because I don't feel adequate? Well, there's one really important thing, and that is just to keep drawing. Even when you feel like you're the worst artist in the entire world, you can keep drawing, and if you just keep drawing, you will be amazing someday. I can tell you that. If you don't give up and you keep drawing, it'll just kind of fall into place eventually. I mean, I can remember when I was drawing and I just hated everything that I was drawing, and I thought I would never be good enough to draw or for anyone to ever actually like what I drew, and it was kind of depressing a lot. And I mean, but even then, I'd like take breaks maybe like a month or two and I wouldn't draw because I just felt like I was the worst. And then I kept coming back to it because I really love drawing, and you just have to go through times where you really don't have to care what other people think about your art, and you just have to do it yourself and do it because you love it. And that's what I ended up doing, and now I feel like I'm finally at a place where I'm slightly comfortable with my work. But you should never be completely comfortable, because you should always be striving to be better. So you're never actually going to think that your art is the greatest, because you never probably will, because there'll always be someone who's been drawing a little bit longer than you. I mean, unless you end up being the one person that lives to be 2,000 years old and you outlive every other artist on the planet, so you're the only one that can draw like as amazing as you can. But the chances of that are very unlikely. Not impossible, unlikely. But you can always come up with something that's a little different, so your art is different than someone else's, and that doesn't make it better or worse, I suppose, but you just have to find that niche for yourself. And if you love drawing, you shouldn't let anyone tell you shouldn't be drawing. I mean, maybe you won't be able to be paid drawing. I'm not being paid for drawing, but if it's something you love and it's something that you'll just keep doing, you should keep doing that. And that's something that I found even when I hated drawing. Like, I'd stop drawing and I'd always come back to it because it was that one thing that I always have loved doing. And I just trying to tell people that even when you hate yourself, you really should keep drawing, because that's the only way to improve and to finally feel a little bit more comfortable with your own work. And I have a goal for my art, because I want to someday be actually paid for doing what I love. And I suppose that should be the goal for anyone who finds that one thing that they love, whether it's art or music or accounting. You should strive to someday make money for that, I guess. And that's my goal. And I'm going to try as hard as I can to get that goal. And hopefully this little rant serves as some kind of purpose and inspires some people that are maybe in artist block right now. And I just want to tell you that I'm rooting for ya. Root. I'm rooting for you. And this is actually a trick I used to use myself to get out of artist block. I would find an old piece that I was proud of at one point, and whether it was like 2 months, 3 months, or just a month ago, I'd redraw that, and then I'd be able to see the improvement that I've made myself. And that would help me get out a little bit of this art block thing that's mostly mental, I think. But that always worked for me, so you can also try that if you're ever in artist block. Just redraw something that you liked, or maybe redraw something that was just okay and from your sketchbook, and redraw it and make it a full illustration instead. It really just helps me, and it gives you that little extra motivation to believe in yourself, especially when you're done and then you compare the two and you realize just how much better you've gotten. Which leads me into the next thing that I really wanted to talk about, and that is what I feel like I've improved over the year. And you guys can let me know what you think the differences are in the end when I show the two compared, and you can compare them and you can tell me what you think I've improved with over the year. And I'm going to say a little bit about what I think I have improved with. So first of all, the one thing that really jumps out at me is line art. And line art is very difficult. So when I saw that it looked a little bit better this year, I was like, yes. And I think that has something to do with the just detail. And I think that has mainly to do with just me using a much larger canvas when I start, so I can use a smaller brush. Well, the same size brush will be smaller, that's what I'm saying. And I think that helps a lot. It makes it so much more beautiful and detailed. Another thing that I think changed a lot was the hair. I'm putting so much more detail into it. Like, I'm actually, instead of just like deciding what shape I want the hair to look like, I am thinking about if there were hair, if it was actually hair, how would it be flowing? Like if they're moving, will it be being pushed a little bit more that way or this way or that way? I don't know. And I think that is helping it a lot. And then another thing is the eyes. And the thing that I think I learned that has improved the eyes so much was the flipping the canvas, because when you flip the canvas, you can see things that are not quite aligned as you'd like them to be. And that helps make the eyes look a little bit more symmetrical and more lifelike, I guess. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was just the detail in the whole piece, and I basically talked about this already, but I'm spending a little bit more time and putting a little more effort into my own. Just like the other ones, I was just like throwing them out there. I was trying to be fast, but now I'm trying to be more detailed instead of fast, and I think that's helping a lot. As this video draws to a close, I just wanted to ask you guys to leave in the comments below what you think you've improved the most with over the year with your artistic abilities, and I will definitely read them and comment with those. And I hope you guys all have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!